How long have you been painting here in Taos?
I think 5 years, just 5 years. When I was living in Kansas before I moved here, I took a couple of workshops, a couple of ones actually where I came over here, and I took one with Ray Vanella and one with Lee Gusterson and a couple other people. And anyway, I can't remember their names right off the top of my head, but then I moved here. Other than a couple of workshops when I lived in Kansas. And then I came here a couple of times in the summer. And so I did take one with Ray Vanella, and there was a woman whose name I can't remember, a watercolor workshop. That workshop with Barbara Clay, it was a watercolor workshop, and I'd had a watercolor workshop in Kansas. And I like watercolors, but what I'm using now is acrylic, and I think I prefer them because you can paint over them more easily than with watercolors, although watercolors are good at doing that, but I like to use acrylics. So that's what these are.
What motivated you to enter the Toast of Taos poster contest?
Well, I entered it last year because I had a great big painting that looked like a man and a woman standing drinking wine. And so when they had the contest, I went ahead and embellished the wine glasses more to emphasize the wine drinking thing and submitted them, and I liked the painting. Matter of fact, I sold it and everything, but it didn't win. But people liked it. It just wasn't very Taos-y looking. It wasn't Taos-y looking at all. So I thought, well, this year, when they offered it again, I would really get into the wine tasting and the Taos, because I like both. So I was just motivated because I like wine tasting and I like Taos, and I love all the little adobes all over the place. And so I just titled my painting Adobe and Wine and put in lots of things that I enjoy.
I'm sure you were pleased to be the winning recipient. Were you surprised?
Yeah, I was. I mean, it was funny because part of me, I worked really hard on that poster because I got into it. I mean, it wasn't painful work. I really enjoyed it. But nevertheless, I put a lot of hours into it. It has a lot of detail. And you know, I thought, oh, it would be fun to win, but I didn't actually expect to. But I was really happy that I did.
Oh, good.
Because I never won anything, like I told John over at the hospital. He works for the foundation, that I'd never really entered anything or won anything. So this was a big first.
What happens at this stage of the process?
It seems to me, and I wasn't here all last summer for it, but I did go to what they had, sort of a gallery touring thing. And in the galleries, all the different galleries that were participating, like we had a man named Mark Kemper who had won second place, I think. And so he signed posters at his part in our gallery, which is Natural Accents. And different galleries had artists there showing their work, and then they had the wines that are represented so that people could go in and look at art, maybe buy some posters or art or whatever, and also taste the wines. And so that will happen this summer. And then the other thing that will happen, and I think it's July 4th, but you can check with Sally Trigg, but there's going to be the big kickoff. And the big kickoff will be wine tasting from vineyards all over Colorado, New Mexico, I think Arizona, Oklahoma, I think Texas, and it'll be fun. It'll be wine tasting, and that, last year we had it at K-Tao, and I'm not sure where they're having it this year, but that was a very festive kind of a kickoff event. And then there will be these dinners where they'll pair the courses with various wines, and that'll be a big piece of the fundraiser.
I noticed a lot of paintings here in your studio.
Yeah, they all need a little work. That's why they're in here.
Do you have certain things you like to paint, or how do you go about deciding what to do?
Well, today I'm working on these three that are on the easels. Because this is
And they had, yeah, they had a